In this video, we're going over the new top 5 fastest TTK meta loadouts here in Warzone Season 3. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the AK-74. This is currently the fastest TTK meta loadout in Warzone, and also it's effective in Black Ops 6 multiplayer. For the optic, we are going to be running the V Reflex. It's going to complement this weapon's recoil pattern. For the muzzle, we absolutely must run the compensator, which is going to be bumping up vertical recoil control so we get this weapon at those longer ranges. For the barrel, we are going to be running the gain twist barrel to improve more bullet velocity, making this weapon as close to hit scan as possible. For the underbarrel, we are going to be utilizing the vertical fork because this weapon does have a lot of horizontal recoil we must go ahead and iron out. And then finally, for the magazine, we are going to be utilizing extended mag 3 to give us a very healthy 60 rounds, so you have plenty of ammo to take out, especially if they are fully plated. Once you go ahead and build this 5 attachment loadout with the AK-74 and jump in the firing range, you're going to see we have a respectable sprint out, ADS, and as well as a controllable recoil pattern. Overall, a great setup. You can see it literally doesn't have any recoil. It is going to be one of the best ARs to use and absolutely dominate with here in Warzone. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the KOMPAKT 92. This is one of the fastest killing SMGs in Warzone, and it's actually effective in Black Ops 6 also. We don't need to run an optic. The iron sights are going to be good enough, especially at those close and medium ranges. For the muzzle, we are going to run the compensator here. This weapon has a lot of recoil we have to control. Now, for the barrel, we are going to be running the long barrel on the KOMPAKT to bump up much needed damage range to give us the fastest and most consistent time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are going to be utilizing the Ranger foregrip so we can have improved horizontal recoil control as well as sprinting movement speed, perfect for a run and gun type of submachine gun, and that's what we're going to be doing in Warzone and also multiplayer. For the magazine, we are going to be running the extended mag 3 option, giving us a much needed and healthy 60 round mag. This is going to be plenty to take out multiple people, especially if they are fully plated up. And finally, for the rear grip in Warzone, we are going to be running the commando grip on the KOMPAKT because we need that improved aim down sight speed, dumping sprint to fire speed altogether, as well as jumping aim down sight speed. A massive W on the KOMPAKT, allowing us to dominate at those close ranges. Once you go ahead and build this 5 attachment class, you're gonna be very happy because in the firing range, you're gonna see here that the KOMPAKT is going to be a solid choice, giving us a respectable sprint out, ADS, as well as a controllable recoil pattern at those close as well as medium ranges. You're definitely going to want to make sure you're burst firing this at those medium ranges. As you can see, it can't get away from you, but that 60 round magazine is 100% going to be putting in work, giving us a really fast time to kill, and it's going to be frying through armor even at those medium ranges. So definitely go ahead and take a look at this loadout if you're looking for a respectable submachine gun. And by the way, if you need weapon leveling or camo grinding assistance, check out MMO EXP. You can use my code EARS to save 6% off your purchase. Link is at the top of the description. Now, for class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the CR56 AMAX. This is very similar to the AK-74, which was recently buffed. Honestly, I think they made the AK-74 really effective this season, just in case players don't have the AMAX unlocked. Now, for the optic, just like the AK-74, we are going to be running the V Reflex. It's going to complement this weapon's recoil pattern. For the muzzle, just like the AK-74 as well, we are going to run the compensator, bumping up vertical recoil control and recoil stabilization. For the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the gain twist barrel, bumping up bullet velocity, making sure this weapon is as close to hit scan as possible. For the underbarrel, we are going to be running the vertical foregrip, which is a massive W, bumping up more horizontal recoil control. We are going to need it on the CR56 AMAX, just like we need it on the AK-74. And for the magazine, we are going to be running the extended mag 2 option, giving us a healthy 60 rounds. Almost the identical class setup as the AK-74, but this time it is the CR56 AMAX. Once you go ahead and set this loadout up and jump into the firing range, you're going to see here that we do have a fast sprint out, ADS, and we are going to have a very, very controllable assault rifle that is going to be giving us a fast TTK and absolutely shredding through armor. This is a great setup if you're trying to outgun players at longer ranges and maybe you do not, have it unlocked immediately. Try out that AK-74, and then once you get the AMAX unlocked, Give this setup a try. Let me know in the comment section how you guys do. For class setup number 4, we're taking a look at the SAUG. This SMG received a massive buff at the start of Season 3. Definitely don't sleep on it. We don't need to run an optic. The SAUG's iron sights are amazing. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be utilizing the compensator. We 100% need that vertical recoil control. Suppressors are not that needed on a lot of the submachine guns in Warzone. For the barrel, we are going to be running the long barrel, bumping up that damage range, giving us a very fast and respectable time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are going to run the vertical foregrip. I wish we could put on the Ranger foregrip on the SAUG, but it is going to have a little bit of recoil that could be uncontrollable, so bumping up that horizontal recoil control is definitely going to be a nice addition. For the magazine, we are going to be running the extended mag 2 choice, giving us a healthy 55 rounds. This weapon does have a fast fire rate, just like the KOMPAKT 92, so we're 100% going to need all of these rounds. And then finally, for the rear grip, just like the KOMPAKT, we are going to be running the commando grip, which is going to be doing a number of beautiful things on the SAUG, improving that aim down sight speed, jumping sprint to fire speed, jumping aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed altogether. A massive W. Once you go ahead and build this SAUG loadout, you're gonna be very happy because in the firing range, we are gonna have an SMG loadout that does have respectable sprint out, ADS, aim walking movement speed, and we are gonna have a controllable recoil pattern as well. Let me know down in the comment section what you like to use more, the SAUG or the KOMPAKT 92. I feel like a lot of people like to rock the SAUG because it's a DLC weapon, and this is always a nice time running around with something that isn't necessarily considered like meta, but after the buff, you definitely could consider the SAUG meta in Warzone because it is frying through armor. And finally, for class setup number 5, we are taking a look at the SWAT 5.56, but we are going to be converting this into the Growl. Very low recoil, incredibly effective in Warzone, and honestly, Black Ops 6 as well. For the fire mod, because this is where things are going to become really interesting, we are going to be running the SWAT 5.56 Growl conversion. This is going to be making this weapon full auto, and we're also going to be unlocking a new extended mag, which is a W, and on top of that, we are improving our movement speed as well as vertical and horizontal recoil control. Amazing. This is ridiculously effective in Warzone and multiplayer. Now, we don't need to run an optic because the iron sights are actually really clean. That's going to be a massive W, freeing up an attachment slot. For the muzzle, we are going to be running the monolith suppressor, which is going to be improving that bullet velocity, damage range, as well as taking us off the mini-map when firing, so it can be stealthy and absolutely punish players at close, medium, as well as longer ranges. For the underbarrel, we are going to run the vertical foregrip to bump up that horizontal recoil control. Is it necessary? Not necessarily, but in Warzone, it's better to have a no recoil weapon versus minor recoil in multiplayer. Definitely go ahead and put this on your build. For the magazine, we are 100% going to run the full auto extended mag. This is going to be great on this weapon because we're going to have improved magazine ammo capacity, bumping it up to 50, and recoil stabilization, which is actually crazy that a magazine is going to be controlling recoil, and a magazine that actually bumps the ammo capacity up is doing this. Absolutely insane. And then finally, for the last attachment, we are going to run a rear grip, and we are going to be utilizing the commando grip on the Growl, which is going to be nice, improving that aim down sight speed, jumping sprint to fire speed altogether, and jumping aim down sight speed. A massive W, allowing us to dominate at those medium as well as longer ranges, in close ranges as well, because we can snap on the players and absolutely fry them. Once you go ahead and build this 5 attachment loadout, you're gonna be very happy because in the firing range, you're gonna see here that we do have a Growl loadout that is going to have a respectable sprint out, ADS, as well as very controllable recoil. One of the best assault rifles to use in the entire game, especially if you're playing Warzone and also multiplayer. I mean, it's going to be incredibly good. It gives me the MW 2019 Growl vibes, but, you know, the iron sights obviously are not going to be as clean as they were in MW 2019, but these are definitely usable. So make sure you guys go ahead and give this loadout a try because it is amazing. These are going to be the top 5 fastest TTK meta loadouts to use here in Warzone as of right now. For the remainder of my loadouts, depending on if I'm running an AR, I'm going to be rocking the SAUG because it is the fastest killing SMG, as well as the KOMPAKT 92. You honestly can't go wrong with either or. It's going to be personal preference, but I do put on the knife as well. I have on the stem shot, the throwing knife, and for the perks, I run reflexes, sprinter, resolute, and I do use overkill so I can rock 2 primaries on the same loadout. If these setups do help you out, let me know down in the comment section. And as always, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications in your boy ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.